G'day iRidetas, beautiful morning, just out for a squirt on the Ninja 250R, my wife's bike, up C138 Olivers Road. Always strike a gar when you want to have some fun. Quite at the top end of the CBR. It's absolutely wound out. Rumour has it at 160, but it's just a great package. I can see why Mrs. iRidetas loves it so much. Twin is very usable. As well as just wringing the neck of my wife's bike early morning while she sleeps in, I wanted to talk about my recent trip to Melbourne. And we've just got back from Melbourne, Victoria. Where Mrs. iRidetas and I went across to see Guns N' Roses, baby. So my wife and I have been Guns N' Roses fans for a long time, particularly Mrs. iRide. She is quite the Axl Rose, but Guns N' Roses fan. And I've known her since I was about 18. And pretty much since the moment we've been together, she has been pestering me to take her to Guns N' Roses, which is a little bit difficult considering they had been broken up for a while by that point and remained broken up until very recently. So as you probably know, Axl sort of owns the trademark, and he tried to revitalise Guns N' Roses a few times, which had varied success, and people pay out the Chinese Democracy album pretty heavily, but it's actually not too bad. Guns N' Roses were inducted into the Music Hall of Fame, and that was the first time that Slash and Axl and Duff had sort of been in the room together, supposedly for a long time. And rumour has it that they sort of buried the hatchet and brought up a reunion tour idea. And the Not In This Lifetime tour came out of that. 3 original members. Axel, of course, Slash and Duff McKagan. There's 2 later members. So we flew across Launceston to Melbourne on Monday, got ourselves organised, and then the concert was on Tuesday night. And we went over early, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Picked up the obligatory merch, t-shirts and the like. Gates opened at 5. We walked across about 5:30, pretty much walked in, found our seats, which were kick-ass. Got a feel for the place, and then went off and found the bar. They came on a bit late, and there's a lot to be said about that on the interwebs. But who cares, they arrived. I was pretty nervous about whether they'd come on or not, because Axel does have a bit of a reputation for being late and for not showing up and cancelling at the last moment, so the simple fact that he took to the stage was enough for me. There's a lot to be said in the interwebs or the social medias about the announcer accidentally calling Melbourne Sydney, and there's a huge rivalry between those 2 cities, but in the context of the evening I don't think there was much to it, to be honest. I thought they were just taking the piss, and I didn't hear the supposed boos that occurred, and we were pretty close to the front, so I think it was just a stuff up and no one really cared, and surprise surprise, the media tried to make more out of it than what actually occurred. So I'm going to try and put a few photos and videos up in this vlog that I took when we were there. But guys, just bear in mind that I go to a concert to listen and watch the band and the stars live. I don't go to a concert to stand there with the cell phone videoing. So I got a few snippets, but I wasn't going to bugger up 25 years of waiting to see the band by trying to video it. So once everyone was starting to get a fraction impatient waiting, the lights suddenly went dark, and some vision started on the screen. Gun sounds came through the speakers, and all 74,000 people that were in the MCG went quiet. And yeah, I imagine that's the biggest stadium concert that they're probably going to play on this tour. MCG holds 100,000 people, and with the stage in place and stuff, that's 74,000 people. It was huge. I think personally it took a song or two to get into it. But Mrs. Brownstone was the 3rd song, and boy, at that point they had the sound sorted. It was crystal clear, and then from then on it remained crystal clear for the entire 2.5 hours that they were on the stage. song that you could wish them to play, bar Patience. But as Mrs. iRidetas said, you can't play them all. The only song that I really wanted them to play of their entire back catalogue was Sweet Child of Mine. And after about an 8-minute solo from Slash, by God, that man's a genius on the guitar. They fired into the iconic opening riff of Sweet Child. I was so pumped up in a mild hysteria at that point. I reckon I could have cried. It was absolutely amazing. 25 years of waiting to see a song live, and they did not disappoint. By that stage, mild hysteria probably doesn't describe where Mrs. iRidetas was. As they rip through some of the biggest hits that they've ever had. Songs like November Rain. Went off, and within the encore they played Night Train, Paradise City. Whipped 74,000 people into a frenzy. Again, a lot has been said about Axl Rose on the interwebs, about this, that and the next thing. That bloke is absolutely amazing. That band, 25 years of not touring, been broken up. They put all those differences aside and they gave everything in that concert. Didn't leave any energy left. Holy crap, I could have seen them again and again. They were absolutely mind-blowingly, gob-smackingly awesome. Guys, absolutely amazing evening. Bucket list tick. Guns N' Roses live. iRide out.